All right, welcome everyone. Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome everyone. It's so great to be with you all today. I hope everyone is doing well. And I hope your assignment 4 and all the GitHub and VS Code is working out. If you're still having problems with GitHub, VS Code, we're gonna have some more time to work on that today during breakout room. And then also don't forget there's some office hours tomorrow on Friday. So you can try to get some help there as well. So because a lot of people had problems, I am extending the deadline to assignment number 4 and lab 7. Let me share my screen to show you that. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and hide my video. Okay. So as I posted this earlier today, the assignment 4, you have some more time if you want to make the positions and make it work on GitHub and everything. So it's going to be due on Saturday now at December 9th at 11:59 p.m. Afghan time. So you have a few more days to work on this. And if you already submitted it, but you want to like fix it and make it better, you totally can do it because the deadline is extended now. And then we talked about lab number 7. Lab number 7 can be found under under lessons here. Under lessons, you can see lab number 7 on lesson number 12 over here. And this maybe I should have made this an assignment, but whatever. This lab is a little bit, there's a lot of stuff you have to write. You have to write the or this is not a coding assignment. This is more like you're going to write out in text what you want to make for your final project. So this is not a hard lab. It just takes some time because you want to think about what you want to create for your final project. So this one's going to take you a little bit of time. So this deadline is going to be Tuesday, December 12th by 5 p.m. Afghan time. So next Tuesday before we meet again. So that's going to be your lab number 7. Oops, I lost my. Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Sorry about that. Might have to change my audio. Okay. Yes. Hello everyone. Yeah, so as I mentioned, assignment 4 is going to be due a little bit later, and then lab 7 is going to be due on Tuesday. There's a little bit of work to do there. So this is lab 7 is more like an assignment. Maybe I should have made that an assignment. But yes, it's here. Take a look. The final project, you should be able to see the final project. Somebody on the chat asked about the final project. Final project is on EdStem under lessons. It's right over here, final project. Yeah, this is the full final project requirements. And I updated these examples. So you're welcome. These are all websites that students made in the last cohort. And as you can see, they're all on GitHub, just like you're working on right now. And after you're done with your final project, you can put it on GitHub too. And what's nice about putting this stuff on GitHub is that other people can see your work, and later on for future job opportunities, people can see, oh, like you actually made something. So a lot of opportunities open up when you post your stuff online publicly. So you're welcome to look at the final projects. Again, these are examples. and they could be about anything you want, and you could be very creative. You can choose how you want them to look like. Here's like a personal website. To I gotta tell you, some of the final projects here are a little more advanced than they're really required. Like this website, Rosita did a really wonderful job. She added like animations and all these cool things. You don't have to do, like, she added like these graphs and stuff. You actually don't need to go that far. As long as you meet these general requirements, you have to have at least 3 pages. You have to have a navigation menu, header, footer. Please read these and then and take a look at some of the examples out there. Here we go, like a home page. You need at least 3 pages. Contact form is optional, actually. So yeah, the final project requirements are all here. So after you're done with assignment 4, read the final project requirements, like take a look at some of the examples, read the requirements, and then after reading the requirements, think about like what you want to make, and you can just brainstorm some ideas. And then once you kind of decide what you want to make, you want to work on lab number 7, the proposal, and you're going to type it out in the HTML right over here. Just type it out right in here. Maybe you want to do like H2 or something and go like topic. And then maybe you want to do like discuss what your website is about in 1 to 2 sentences. Okay. So, my website will be, I don't know, whatever, a personal website or something, whatever it is. And you can write it out. And the topic, I encourage you to make it different from the assignment or labs we had in the past. You can still, if you want to do like your favorite TV show or movie, that's okay, but not the same one as you did in assignment 1, for example. So who's your intended audience? So this is actually very important when you're making a website. You have to think about, okay, who is this website for? Is it for like people who like this one, people who like crochet crafts, maybe, or is it for, maybe if you're making a personal website, maybe it's more for future employers or people to get to know you, right? So audience, depending on who the audience is, things can change. So you want to write that down. For design and style, think about like what kind of design you might want to do, maybe a color palette that you want to try. You can use this nifty website. There's a website called coolors.co, very useful website, where if you're not sure what colors you want to use, you just press spacebar and they give you some inspiration. And then maybe there's some colors you like that you want to try using on your website. Again, these are just helpful guides. If you end up changing your mind a little bit, it's okay, but this will help you kind of get started with what your final project's going to look like. How many pages are you going to have? What are the pages that you want to have? And you can choose which page. A lot of people usually have like an about page, contact page, but really you can choose what you want, what kind of page you want to have. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess the final project might be hidden for some people. Okay, maybe try, let's see. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. I just fixed it. I think you should be able to see it now.
Yeah.
بابا ده هيا
Gimana?
قرير كلنا.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I think this description was hidden, but it is available now. Yeah, and let's go back to our, so lab number 7. Let me just kind of go through the requirements here. Good thing I give you extra time. Now you have more time to look at the requirements and everything. Lab 7 is due on Tuesday, next Tuesday. There we go. And then number 6, this one might take you some time. This one is wireframes, but you can keep it simple. Wireframes are very just low, very quick, more like they're kind of like, here's an example, real quick sketch of what your website's going to kind of look like. And it can be you could draw it. It's sometimes easier to draw it by hand, so you can quickly kind of think about, okay, it's going to look like this. It's going to have some, it's when you have a sketch like this, a wireframe like this, it's so much easier to code than coding from scratch. So something like this is nice, usually, or it could be something, or you can use. There's a lot of if you don't want to draw it by hand, there's also a lot of tools out there. Here's one example, whimsical.com. You can create wireframes using Whimsical really fast, and they look pretty nice actually. There's another very popular application. It's called Figma. You might have heard of Figma before. You can use Figma to quickly create a wireframe as well. So this is called Miro, but choose the thing that you would want to use. Doesn't matter what you do, but something general like this. And then you want to take a screenshot of it, or if you drew it by hand, you can take a picture of it and upload it. So you need to add that as an image here as well. And that's pretty much it. And then just click submit when you're done. Click submit when you're done. And that's it for lab number 7. I feel like this should have been in, maybe I'll change this to assignment number. Maybe I update this. Maybe I rename this to assignment number 5, because this is more of an assignment. And yeah. Okay. All right. Let me take a look at some comments here. Let me look at the chat here. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Yes. If we have a question, do we do our final project on VS Code? Yes. You want to save all your files on your computer. So to recap, let me type in the chat. The first thing you want to do is to finish your assignment number 4, very important. And then you want to read the final project requirements. Don't start the project yet. Just read to understand. So finish your assignment 4 if you haven't already, then read your final project requirements, and then lastly, you can work on lab number 7. Any questions about that? And as you're working through the final project proposal, as you're kind of thinking about this, if you do have any questions about the final project, like, oh, I don't know what it means, like, I don't know, just pick like, what does it mean to have like one font or something? I don't know. If you have any questions about any other requirements, please let us know in the on Ed's discussion. And here's an important requirement, actually. I know some of you have experience with Bootstrap or Tailwind or some other frameworks. Unfortunately, in this specific class is all about writing HTML, CSS from scratch. Okay, so you might have used Bootstrap or Tailwind. These are all frameworks that help you make your website faster. But in this class, we are going to be only using, right? We learned about how to write HTML, CSS from scratch. So we're going to keep it like this. So your final project, you cannot use Bootstrap or Tailwind. I know some people are very sad about this, but at least for this course, it's to know using CSS or frameworks. And then there's in the final project, you're going to see this section called extras, and it says choose at least 2 from the following list and add them to your website. Form, we've talked about. So this is kind of, these are the options, and you only have to choose 2 of them. So it's up to you what you want to make. Form, we've talked about form. Table, we didn't talk about table in this class explicitly, but you can easily look up what tables do. And you can add a table. So if you look up like HTML table or something like that, you can see it on W3 Schools. Here's an example of a table. Tables are really great for showing data. If you want to add this into your website, you totally can. We talked about hover effects, so you can add that too. Today, we're going to talk about iframe. So you'll learn about that today. These are all, you'll also talk about media tags today. Everything else we're going to be talking about in the future. So those are coming, but you can choose 2 and add it to your website as an extra. All right, any questions about final project before we learn about stuff from today? And yes, as somebody mentioned in the chat, if you're not very good at design, I'm not very good at design either, but you see somebody else's website that looks really nice, you can definitely take some inspiration and code what other people's websites look like, for sure. Yeah. Yes. You just can't like copy paste HTML template codes or anything like that. You have to write your own code is the only thing. Yes. All right. Today today what we're going to be talking, so there's no so everybody knows what you're working on. Today we're going to be talking about some more easy fun stuff, some fun things to do. And what I want to talk about is how to add some more media on our website. Like, for example, how do we add video or audio, or how do we just add stuff in general on our website? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Today's lesson number 13. We're going to be talking about something called iframe, and how to add video, how to add audio on our website. So it's going to be kind of fun stuff. I do have some code for you to begin with. Let me go ahead and share this code with you today. I'm going to put it in the chat. And let's practice using this in our, let's try using this on our VS Code. I know last time I used EdSTEM again, but let's practice this on VS Code. So, yeah, let's practice this on VS Code. If you can please open up VS Code, and we're gonna start writing some code in here. Alrighty, and I'm gonna do file open folder, and then remember when we first did VS Code, there is a folder called APP Web that we created a long time ago. We're gonna select that and click open. And if you're not seeing this, I'm gonna try this on VS Code again. So on your desktop, create a folder called APP Web, and then on VS Code, click File, Open Folder, and open up that APP Web folder. And type it in the chat. Okay, and then in the APP Web folder, I have another folder called lessons, and then in that lessons folder, I have another folder called lesson 10. I'm gonna go ahead and create another folder in the lessons folder here, and I'm gonna call this one lesson number 13. So I have in my APP Web folder, I have lessons folder, and in that lessons folder, I have lesson 10 and lesson number 13. Okay. All right, everybody good? Lesson number 13. Okay. In my lesson number 13, let's create a new file. We're gonna create two files. The first one's gonna be index.html as usual. So you should get really used to using index.html as your home page. that's like a default name for most people's home pages, index.html. And I'm going to create another file called iframe exam.html. Two files here. Right? And I'm going to copy paste. Actually, I wonder. Yeah, actually, let's just copy paste. I think it's easier to copy paste. I'll post this on our discussion as well. All right. Okay, so this is my lesson 13 workspace. I'm gonna just this is my index.html. If you do command A or control A, control C, and then in your VS Code you can control V into it. And I copied everything in here. I'm gonna click on File, Save. Right, and then the iframe one, same thing. Control A, control C, and then we're gonna paste it into my VS Code. Right? It's the same code. I just wanted to show it to you on VS Code. If VS Code is really not working for you, you can just keep it in Edstem. You can fork it. You can fork the workspace, and then just use workspace. That's fine too. But I'm going to show you today on VS Code just so you get kind of more familiar with VS Code as well. Okay, alrighty. Now let's take a look at our pages here. So all this code, all this HTML is saved on my computer right now. Don't forget to save, file save or control S, file save or control S. It looks like a lot of people have internet issues today. That's okay as long as you watch the recording. Okay, all right, so I have these files saved on my computer through VS Code. Now, because they're saved here, I can go back to my browser. This is Chrome. I'm gonna click on the plus icon, and then click File, Open File, File, Open File, and desktop here, desktop, my lessons. What was it? The lesson 13. Here's the iframe one, for example. If I click open, there we go. I can see this is the code I wrote for the iframe.html. This is all my code. And then it's showing up right here. Notice a URL, the bar up here is actually telling me, okay, this is code that's saved in my desktop in this folder. And it's a file called iframe.html, for example. And then if I make a little bit of changes like this, like, I don't know, this is or something like that, I can go back to the browser, refresh, and I can see that it changed. However, it does get a little annoying to keep having to refresh all the time, right? It gets a little annoying to having to like refresh after you make changes to refresh all the time. This is where that one extension comes in really handy. There's an extension over here. One of the extensions I installed last time was Live Sass Compiler. Live Sass Compiler. So you can go, I'm sorry, not live server, live server, live server. Live server, and then you want to go ahead and click install. So under extensions, click install. And what this does is it's going to add this go live button on the bottom for us. Go live on the bottom here. So now when I click go live, give it a second. Here's my website. Here's my website again. And now if I make some changes like hi or something, and I press save, right away the browser is going to reload for me. And it's going to say, hi, this is an iframe. And then now I see the rest of my, now I see the rest of my code. So one more time, if you want this to work, go to extensions, click on live server. And then at the bottom here, you can click on go live, just go live. And then it'll open up a new tab for you. So let me recap in the chat here. Yes, it's that one, Tahara. Yes, and it looks like you already have it. Oh, you already have it installed perfectly. So Tahara, go back to your iframe.html and then click on go live. Click on go live, and then it's gonna work. Yeah, so yours Tahara is working good. Ah. Tahara says, wow. Yeah, I know it's great. I love it. So once you have live server installed, what's so nice about this is again, you can go back to your iframe.html or whatever, doesn't matter which HTML file, and then you click go live, give it a second, and then there you go. Now my web page is here. And then if I make changes, I'm gonna get rid of this high this time and click save. Automatically my my browser reloads, so I can quickly now make changes. This is oh, yep, all right, cool. Okay, great. Now that we kind of got our setup here, let's make this a little bit bigger. Maybe I put this. Yes, Fatima, good job. Yeah, Fatima, looks like yours is working too. Now go back and click iframe example.html and then click on go live at the bottom here. Yay, it's very useful. So for your final project, you can use this as well. You can use the go live thing, and then it's gonna work nicely. Oh, we got a question in the chat. Mine opened with Microsoft Edge server browser. How can I open it with live server or with Google Chrome? That's a great question. Let's ask. Let's Google it. How to change the default browser. There you go. Yeah, how to change default browser with VS Code open with live server. So this person wants to change it to Chrome. Any ideas? Okay, it says go to files, file, preference, settings. Okay, it might be on, yeah, settings. Oops. And then what? Settings. Settings? Okay. Um, Maybe we can search the settings. Live server? Oh, live server config. Okay, and then right down here says live server settings, and then you can choose. There's a drop down that you can choose. Nice. Yeah, I love live server. For Tina, if you see if you see like a port 550 like this on the bottom, it means it's actually already running. Like mine is already too. So you could turn it off if you want to turn it off. You can turn it off and then turn it on again. So let me do this. So you can like turn it off and then click just and then click it again and it's gonna come back up. All right, great. VS Code is great, right? It's not as scary as it seems. Awesome. Okay, now that now this is just the iframe example. I want to go to our home page actually. So in the browser, let's open up my, or actually I can, maybe I open up a new tab here. Let's open up index.html as well. Index.html. Let me close some of these. There's like so many things open. This is my iframe.html. And then I could also do open up index.html. Here we go, index.html. And live server is still gonna work here. So if I like changed, I don't know, back in down here, iframes high or something, you're gonna see it change right away. Perfect. Awesome. All right, so the first thing I want to talk to you about is something called iframes. Iframes. In iframe, the iframe tag has been around the internet for a long time, and iframe tag is really useful for when you want to embed somebody else's web page into my own. So for example, let's scroll down here a little bit to this is I'm at index.html, everybody, index.html. And this right after the closing of the UL tag around line 54, I'm gonna just type in iframe, right? Iframe, just like that, iframe. And then I'm gonna type the SRC, just like this, SRC. And then I can actually just type in like a existing website, that's the usc.edu. Maybe HTTPS. Okay, let's go ahead and save this. And then, whoa, take a look at that. Just like, I only added this code, iframe, just like this. I added it to my index.html. I'm at index.html. If you need to, sometimes if you need to do live server again, you can do that. But just like that, what the heck did I just do? This is USC's website, and I have added it onto my website using iframe. So USC's website looks like this, and I took their website and I embedded it into my own website. It seems kind of like cheating, like I'm stealing their thing, but this is a very possible to do in web development. Right, so iframes, very interesting thing. Iframe allows us to embed another website into our own website. It seems like it's kind of stealing, kind of cheating. And some people do some bad stuff with this. It's not a good thing, but you can. But some websites, you can't do this. For example, if I do google.com, notice there's like it's blank. There's like an error. Yeah, there's like a refuse to connect. So some websites don't allow you to. They block you from iframing. So because people can do some bad stuff to it with that. So especially Google is such a So you can also block. Some websites do block it as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just you and these iframes. Iframe is just a tag. Let's go back to USC.edu again, and then you could even embed your own files. So that's why I made this iframe.html. Remember my iframe.html? You can also embed your own. You can just say iframe.html like that, and there we go. This iframe, this iframe.html file, this is my own file, is now showing up in my iframe like this too. So you can also embed your own stuff. Now, why would you want to do this? We don't use iframes as much for this kind of stuff anymore, but it does make things interesting. For example, iframe also takes an attribute called name attribute like this. Let's just call this like my frame or something like that. My frame. And then now that I have a name, notice I have a UL tag up here, and then there's bullet points in here. If I click on, so these are all links. These are anchor links. That's why they're blue and underlined like that. And they have this target attribute. The target attribute is targeting the frame here. So my iframe example page is here. If I click on this second link here, it's going to change my iframe to my usc.edu file. Very nice. And I can go back to my iframe here as well. Oh, this is, oh, for some reason that one doesn't quite work. Oh, I don't have an iframe example. It's called iframe.html. Oopsies, there we go. Right. So you can also have links using the target attribute. You could have links open up and something in an iframe as well, like this. So. Okay. Another nice thing about iframe is you can also iframe. This is how you one like useful thing about iframe is you can also iframe PDF files. So this is useful for like if you want to add your resume on your website. So this is this is my website. It's kind of outdated, but it's an old website that I need to update. But for example, in my resume section, this PDF right here, also, by the way, my resume is also kind of old, but anyway, this is my PDF right over here. You can embed PDFs by using iframes as well. So let's add an iframe somewhere. Or let's add some PDF files somewhere. So this is my lesson 13. I add a new folder. Let's call it media, and let's add a file here. Maybe let's go back to, if you go back to the EdSTEM, there's a PDF file here. You can actually download it. Let's save it into my desktop, my APP web, my lesson 13 media folder. There it is. Rename it to something better. Alrighty, and then we're gonna do media. There you go. And then there you go. Now this is a PDF file. Perfect. And you can embed PDF files like this too. So as long as you have a PDF file, you can put it in the source. Like, I mean, I could just put this in here as well. Maybe I should make this the default. And there we go. So iframe, not a lot of use cases anymore, but PDF file is still pretty nice. And iframes are just like any other tags, just like any other elements on the page. So you can totally, I already said it here, you can give width and height. Like right now it's 800. You can make it shorter if you want. You could do 400 pixels if you want, for example. You can change the width and height of an iframe just like any other tags. You could add a border around it if you want. You know, like whatever, right? It's like just like any other HTML element. So that's iframe for you. So if you want to add an iframe on your final project, you can. It'll count as one of those extra optional requirements. All right, next thing we're gonna do, I want to show you is videos. Let's talk about videos. How do we add videos on our website? Let's do that under H2 here. All right, let's talk about videos. So one of the most easiest way to get a video is using YouTube, because YouTube hosts so many videos and they make it really easy for you to put a video on your website. So I don't know, I'm gonna try to click on something that, okay, Harry Potter. All right, I love Harry Potter. And they usually have a share button, and there's like this embed code. And take a look at the embed code. This code is an iframe too. We just talked about iframes. So a lot of these websites where you can embed their stuff, they still use iframes. We're gonna copy this, and then I'm gonna paste it into my code right over here. Command V, Control V, just right over here, just anywhere. And then let's take a look. Oh, there is my video right over here. If I press play, it plays. Right, so this is the most kind of the quickest way to add video onto your website, is by simply embedding a YouTube video. And notice they use iframe just like us. And then, but we're embedding their stuff in there, and there's some like attributes in there. But yeah. Also, but however, also note that some videos, some YouTube videos are blocked by the creator. They don't let you put iframe their stuff. They don't let you embed their video on your website. So just FYI. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can start adding all kinds of stuff here. And this is just YouTube. You could do Instagram as well. Or like Twitter. Let's do Instagram first. Let's do Instagram first. Like let's do Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is a singer, very popular, very popular singer. Let's say I want to add her photo. I got to log in first, I think. Okay, it's making me log in. Give me a second. But most of these social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, you can you click on the little thing here. It says embed. Same thing. You just copy the code. You copy the code, and then we could put it in here. Let me put like Instagram post or some embed or something like that. We're gonna paste it in there. Whoa, Command Control V. They give you a lot of code. All right. Whoa, this is so big. But there we go. Save, and then there we go. Now we have embedded our Instagram post there. It's kind of small. Maybe because I made my iframe so small. It's like, okay, there we go. Yeah, and if you do inspect code, you can actually see that this is an iframe too. Like, there you go. You see it's an Instagram post is also an iframe. So they all use iframes to do stuff like this. One more time, if you missed it on Instagram, you can go to any post, click on these three dots, click on embed, and you can embed this post anywhere on your web page. Yeah. So I didn't write that much code. This is my iframe code right here. And then this iframe code I grabbed, this is from YouTube. Okay. And then this was from Instagram. I kind of copied their code there. So here you go. I'll keep the code up. This is my iframe code. And then this I just copied from YouTube. This one I copied from Instagram. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, sure. Let me show you how to copy from Instagram one more time. So for Instagram, just go to anybody that you like. You can even do your own, and then click on a post, and then there's just three dots right over here. Three dots right there has embed. You can click on embed, and then copy embed code. Yeah. So let me type in the chat too. Twitter is another one. Twitter is another or it's called X now, I guess. Twitter is another popular one to do as well. You can embed anyone's like just picking any post. You can click on the three dots here and click embed, and then you can embed the whole tweet like that. All right, copy code. Whoa. There we go. Twitter. Awesome. With Twitter, you can also do it's publish.twitter.com. Twitter gives you some more oh it's fine if you don't have Instagram. You can use somebody else's. So you can go to publish.twitter.com, publish.twitter.com, right? Publish.twitter.com. And then you can actually even like let's say there's somebody we want to I don't know, I'm trying to find some good example here. Maybe let's also do Taylor Swift here. Oh, I think it's Taylor Swift 13. Yeah. All right. Maybe this is Taylor Swift's Twitter, and I put her URL, and then you can also embed the entire timeline. So this is her like her last however many tweets. You can copy that code and then paste it in here. Control V, and then we can see the not just one tweet, but you can see like all of her like tweets, like a timeline. So if I ever wanted to, if I wanted to create like a Taylor Swift fan site or something, this is like I could pull up her entire feed like this too. Notice I have a black border on here. It's because I have an iframe. This is an iframe, and remember my code, my iframe code has a black border right there. That's why this is working. Yeah. Yeah, so let me just do this one more time. So, as you can see, Instagram, Twitter, a lot of the YouTube, a lot of these like social media, these big internet platforms, they allow you to embed code on your own website. So YouTube, let's go back to let's recap. YouTube, you can pick any video, click on share, and click on embed, and you can just kind of copy the whole code. It's also an iframe, and paste it in. Similar with Instagram, Twitter. Twitter is all about, they have this publish.twitter.com link here that's really useful, and you could embed one tweet. You could even embed a hashtag. Like, so let's say you want to show all the latest tweets with the hashtag love Twitter. You could copy that code and then you could paste it in your website as well. Look at this. Instagram code is really long. So this was the YouTube. I just pasted in the YouTube code here, Instagram code, and then here's my Twitter code too. And then it's going to show up on your website. Yes, you should any of the or I'm not even writing much code. I am like back in Instagram. What I'm doing on Instagram is taking some time to load. Okay. For Instagram, for example, I'm just clicking the three dot, click on embed, and I just copy it. And then in my code, I just pasted it in. I just pressed Command V, and then it pasted all this. There's like so much code they added in for me. Just paste it in. Yeah. So literally copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Yeah, great question in the chat. What about like private accounts or something? Yeah. So if it's a private account, you won't be able to embed. So the people who make the content, they're able to say like no, yes or no to what kind of who can embed your work. Even YouTube, even if it's a public YouTube video, if the whoever made the YouTube video doesn't allow it, then you can't embed that video. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, you can't embed all of them. All right, so this is neat, right? We got Twitter, we got like Instagram and YouTube and stuff. But what about like our own video? Like, what if I wanted to upload not like other YouTube videos and stuff, but what if I want to upload my own video that I have? Like, I want to add a video file. Maybe you recorded the video. So we've talked about images in this class, right? We've added a lot of images in our class. But what about like videos? I want to add like a video on my website. How do I do that? So let me give you let's go get a video real quick. Let me close these. Let's go get a video. Let's go get a video. Where is my video? Back in that workspace I created for you, this is the workspace here. In this media folder, I have some files in here for you. You can download this. You should be able to go click on this MP4 file, and let's go ahead and download this here. I'm gonna save this in my media folder, dog. There we go. I also have another file for you here. This is an audio file. I'm gonna click on that MP3 file for us too. And then also let's just download the WebM file as well. Let's go ahead and download all of that. All right. So I can see that in my media folder, I have all these files downloaded already. I have all these files downloaded in here. So if we want to watch the video real quick, where did I put it? Oh, in the media folder. This is the video file. It's just a dog looking out the car. That's it. And there's no sound on this video. All right, so this is the video file I just downloaded. If you have your own video file, you can use it too, but you can download the video file. Let me put it in the chat. All right, so dog MP4 looks like this. All right, so let's add this video file onto our website. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit where it says HTML5 video in here, and I'm going to show you how to add a video. To add a video to your website, there's a lovely tag called video, video, just like that. Video. And then in this video tag, there's going to be another tag called source. Okay, source. And the source is just, there's no closing tag, it's just source, like that. And in the source tag, you're going to put src attribute. I know it's very strange. Source. And in this src attribute is where you're going to put where the video is coming from. The video is in my media folder. It's going to be called dog.mp4. Right? Dog.mp4 is an mp4 file. All right, let's go ahead and save this. And let's take a look. Scroll down. Oh my gosh, I have so many things here. Scroll down. Okay, there, I'm seeing my video down here. Let me add some my gosh. Okay. No, it doesn't really help. All right, so we have my video there. Notice it's not like playing, but it's just like an image of my video. I can add some, the video tag has a lot of attributes. One of them is autoplay. This is kind of nice, autoplay. There we go. Now it's playing my video. Gosh, okay. There's my video. It's playing my video. Yep. And you could even make it loop. There's a lot. Loop. You can make it. You can also add controls. Controls is really nice because controls is the controls is like the pause, the play button. So by default the browsers have like a play and pause button. So you can use that. There's my source tag. There you go. It's actually just like this. And if you're wondering like, oh my gosh, like how do you know all this? You can totally Google this. You can say video HTML video tag like that, and then W3 Schools is going to tell you a lot of the examples, and it's going to also tell you all these attributes that you can use: autoplay, right? Controls, loop. You could do muted if you want to mute your video. All these attributes are here. Yeah, loop. What loop does is when the video is finished. So the video is going to finish right now, 13, 14, 15. It's going to start over. Yeah. So sometimes you want it to loop, you can do that. Yeah. Yep. And then there's also, sometimes you're going to see multiple sources like this. Let me just load this up. Okay. And the reason for this is because nowadays it's not as big of an issue as it used to be, but for a long time, browsers had a really hard time playing videos. So there were a lot of people. So there was a lot of different formats, a lot of different file formats that you can use for videos. So what this source does is it's one of those fallback solutions. It's gonna try playing this video first, and if that doesn't work, it's gonna play the second video. And if that doesn't work, it's gonna keep going down until there's no more options left. So I'm just put some comments in here. If the first source doesn't work, it will play this one. Great question in the chat. What about like CSS stuff? Yeah, you can still video is a tag, just like div tag, all these other tags. So you could even add a class attribute on here and say, I don't know, like video or something like that. Video, just like this. You can add a class video like this. Okay, and then in my CSS somewhere, I can say like, oh, like video, give it like a width of 500, give it like a border of 2 pixels or something, and then now we'll see it in my, there you go. I can make it bigger, right? I got a blue color on it. I don't know, whatever I wanted to do, I can do. Yeah, so all of this is working right now because of where are we? Let's do columns. So so right now my APP, this is my APP web folder that lives in my desktop. Here's my lessons folder, lesson 13 folder, and in this media folder, I have all the files right now. So that's why I'm able to access all my video files and everything, because they all just live right now. That all of my files live together. They're all neighbors. This is my lesson 13. This is my index.html file, and then these are all my like video files. Yeah. So if you want to add any audio files, so that's my video audio. If you want to just add sound, not a video, there's also a tag called audio, and then you can do source, just like very similar to above, source, and then source has a source attribute, and then if you I downloaded a song, Be Sound Sunny over here. I went, it's already in here. So I will go get it from my media folder. I can get my B Sound MP3, and then you're gonna see, oh my gosh, my Twitter timeline is so long. There, it's like way at the bottom there. Let's add some controls on there as well. And there we go. There's my sound at the way bottom. Let me add some padding so we can see this better. There we go. I don't know if you can hear the sound, but yeah, you can there's like default controls and things like that too. Yeah, this is fun, right? So you can add video, audio, a lot of fun to add stuff. So let me add so yeah, I'm gonna play the audio real quick. You guys might hear it, but this is the audio. So if you want to add some background music to your website, you can use the audio tag like this. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's video, audio, iframe tags, a lot of interesting things you can do with this. For your final project, if you add your for your final project, you can add an iframe or video tags, any of these, and they will meet one of your extra requirements. So you can use iframe, media tag, any of these. You gotta choose any of these two. So if you want to add one of those on your website, it fulfills that extra requirement. Yeah, it's kind of fun when you get to hear stuff, right? Alrighty, that is it for me. I will go, I'm gonna post this code on our workspace so that you can have access to it and review it if you want. Any last questions about today's lesson? Oh, audio autoplay. Sometimes autoplay, let me look at autoplay. Sometimes autoplay doesn't, oh, it's kind of loud. It's so loud. So sometimes autoplay doesn't work on certain browsers. It's like a thing. Alrighty. Okay, any other questions on media tags or anything like that? If not, I still want to give us some time to work on, so I want to give you time to work on your own. I'm going to put you in breakout rooms and you can work on assignment 4 if you still haven't finished assignment 4, and you can ask questions about assignment 4 and to the towards the staff that's on the breakout room. If you want to look at lab, or if you want to take this time to look at lab 7, read the final project requirements, take a, read through it and make sure you understand what it is. If you have any questions about the requirements, you can do that as well. All right. Yeah, so it's nice to have some independent time to kind of work on some things when after a long day of lessons. So let me. Okay, breakout room is ready. Please join your breakout room. And we'll see you all back in about 20 minutes. Yeah, wireframe is just one page and a home page and one other page. Recording. Okay. Alrighty then. So just one more last time. We're going to meet next Tuesday and Thursday for the last lesson. And then we're not going to meet this week, but this week you'll be able to work on your final projects. And then on the 22nd is when your final project is actually due. Yeah. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and stop sharing. And then let me go back on Zoom here. That is it, everybody. If you have any questions, let us know on at STEM discussion. Please work on your assignment 4, lab 7. I'm really excited to see your final projects. I think the final projects are gonna look so awesome. So good luck, everybody. Ask for help if you need it. I will have a good weekend. I will see everyone next Tuesday. All right, I'll see you all next week. Have a great week. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, teacher. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you for coming.